Hi everybody, I hope so far e-learning day 1 and 2 went well for you. We are back with another exciting installment from Unit 10. Today we're going to take a look at dividing polynomials. So as I kind of mentioned in the first lesson, Unit 10 has a bunch of different topics not necessarily related to each other. So far we have divided polynomials, but only when they were factorable. So the key today is that they are not factorable. The other thing you're going to see on your worksheet, it says to use long division. We're actually going to use a different strategy called synthetic division. It's a little silly, but once you get the hang of it, it's going to be easy peasy. So for your question, you would be given a polynomial divided by some other small quantity, something x kind of plus or minus some number. You are going to take that number and put it in what I would call the penalty box off to the side. It's actually the opposite of what you see. So if you see a positive, you're going to put a negative. If you see a negative, you're going to put a positive. The next thing you're going to do is list all the coefficients. Coefficients means numbers in front of the variables. So I have an invisible 1, a 5, and a -7. In order to get this synthetic division to work, I start the game by bringing down the first number. From here, it's going to be a process of multiplying. So 1 times -2 is -2. And then I add down the column. 5 plus -2 is 3. I multiply -6, and then I add down the column. What you have just created is a new polynomial, an answer. This right here is your remainder. This next number, if I count up, is going to be my constant. And then I work my way up from the polynomial. This is my x. So my answer to this division question is going to be x plus 3. I'm going to write my remainder as a number over whatever I was dividing by. Think back to the glory, not so glory days of junior high when remainders were kind of a fraction. And that's your answer. Pretty simple. It's called synthetic because we take the numbers out of the equation, we play with the numbers, and then we put them back in. Okay, one of the little tricks of synthetic division happens when we are missing a power of x. So in this case, I have got an x cubed, but I'm missing an x squared. I do have an x, I do have a number. So the first thing I need to do is rewrite it. Anything that's missing gets a 0 because I need a column in my synthetic division to figure out that 0. I'm dividing by x minus 1, so the opposite number goes in the penalty box. I had a negative, I put in a positive. I write the coefficients, numbers in front, 1, 0, -4, 1. Those will be the columns that I will play with. I start the game, I bring down the 1, and now remember it's going to be a combination of multiplying with addition. 1 times 1 is 1, 0 plus 1 is still 1. 1 times 1 is 1, -4 plus 1 is -3. Be careful with your positives and your negatives. -3 times 1 is -3. But when I add down that column, I get -2. Start counting all the way from the right. This is my remainder. This is my constant. This would be x, which means this is x squared. So my final answer is going to be x squared plus x minus 3. And then I write my remainder as a fraction over whatever I was dividing by. Good luck with your worksheet, Pirates. Email me if you have any questions.